Just letting you guys know you can listen to my No Bleeps podcast anywhere you stream podcasts or on my No Bleeps YouTube channel. Link in the description. Hey guys, it's Billy and welcome back to the Spill Sesh Sunday special. Today we are talking about Jaden Hossler and Nessa Barrett engaged rumors, David Dobrik getting stuck while traveling, and Tana Mongeau getting called out for her podcast. Let's get into it. So first off, let's start off with Jaden and Nessa. Obviously, these two started off their relationship definitely on some not so hot terms, and that is simply because Jaden was friends with Nessa's ex, Josh Richards, and there's been a ton of drama since then, as well as Jaden's ex, Mads, being friends with Nessa at some point in time. And so people always thought that these two betrayed the people that they love the most to be with each other and have not been a fan of them at all. But in the more recent months, people have been loving Nessa's music, they've been loving Jaden's music, and the two of them have been extremely public about their relationship on social media. And over time, I think people have really grown to love them and think that they're really cute together, and they do seem to be the perfect fit. And Tana even came to Jaden and Nessa's defense earlier this week. She was on a podcast and was talking about how she supports them in their relationship.
A lot of people have such controversial opinions about Nessa and Jaden, but I think that people often forget the fact that they're so young. Think about at their age, how many times, like, and I know people are gonna be like, oh my god, homie hopping, that's not right, or like what, like I don't know about y'all, but at their age, I definitely did some like that. Doing what you love with someone that you love too is the best, absolute best feeling in the world, in my opinion. So I like 100% am so happy for that. From all parties, have heard a lot of off-camera tea that makes me resonate with why they did that, especially Nessa.
And honestly, there's not a lot of influencers that would publicly say this. But one thing that people have been wondering is if these two are more than just boyfriend-girlfriend. Because Jaden just started going on tour and Nessa has been rocking this ring and has been pretty public about this ring. And there was a time where she had posted a photo, then took it down and basically facetuned the ring out of the photo. I don't know if she just didn't want people to see it yet or what, but they have been super public about this ring ever since. They went on Instagram Live the other day and Nessa was not shy about this ring. He called Nessa his future wife and she was showing it off.
This is my woman. This is my future wife. Of course, I love looking at you guys on Twitter.
I don't think it is an exact engagement ring. I think it could be a promise ring. That's kind of the rumors that I'm hearing, but how do you guys feel about these two? Let me know. And let's move into David Dobrik. As you guys may know, because we've talked about it before, David Dobrik has been filming a travel show for Discovery, and he's posted all about how him and his friends have been able to kind of travel around because he finally got his green card, and then he was able to finally go back to Slovakia, and he hadn't been there in years, and this was a huge deal for him to get to see family and go places that he went as a child, and he basically ended up getting stuck there. So during his travels, he got stuck there, and most of his friends left him. They were like, sorry, David, we have, commitments to be at. So they left him there because immigration, and he was having trouble getting back into the US. So him and his assistant Taylor were just stuck there, and he was keeping people updated all week long on his progress of trying to get home.
Hi guys, sorry I haven't been too active on social media. Currently here, I'm still in Slovakia, except now it's only me and Taylor. Everyone went back home because this is taking way longer. And it's a lot harder than I thought it was, getting my visa and green card. And yeah, this is like a hot, so I'm apologizing because I can't get any vlogs up or anything. But I hope to return to the States soon. It's like I'm lost. I'm literally stranded.
People still aren't the biggest fan of David after everything that has gone down earlier this year. And so a lot of people were saying, y'all can just keep him over there. Just let him be. Don't let him back in. All of this stuff, you guys, is what people were saying. Well, he finally updated at the end of the week saying that they did eventually get things all sorted out and was able to come back. He posted on Instagram, they let me back into America. All I had to do was exchange 12 Teslas and Jason's firstborn for my green card. And then on his stories, he said, but all jokes aside, this is a super, super big deal for me, and I really appreciate everyone who helped me finally become legal. I'll never forget this. The Vlog Squad was poking fun at David when he posted this on Instagram. Natalie commented, "Ugh, F, I gotta go back to work." Carly said, "Thank God I was not ready to join a different cult." And Scott said, "Wow, welcome back, and thank God my views have been getting low." So David is back from filming that show. I wonder who's going to watch that show. Are you guys going to be tuning in to see David's travel journey? Let me know. Now, let's move into this Tana Mongeau story. This is something that is very random and kind of a throwback for me. Like, honestly, the person that we're about to talk about, I used to watch them so much, so this is just crazy. But we're talking about a recent episode of Tana Mongeau's podcast titled Hunter's Crazy Ex Made Tana Mad, canceled episode 7. Now, this episode was posted a couple weeks ago, but this drama all happened this past week. So basically, Hunter, who obviously is friends with Tana, one of her exes, although they like kind of say not really, but basically one of her exes, does this podcast with Tana and her friend Brooke. And the three of them sit down for this episode and they are just like telling stories about Hunter's ex. And Hunter talked about a particular ex who hates Tana. And Tana keeps shading this ex. And this shade gets Tana in a ton of trouble later. Tana keeps saying little things left and right, just throwing shots the entire time they're talking about this particular ex. Hunter says that he recently ran into this ex. He's telling this whole story about how he was at an event working and it seemed like they were on good terms. Like they had spoken recently and it was all good. And at this event, once he got there, he realized that she had basically started talking smack about him to everyone at the event. And he said that it was just so random. He didn't know why she was doing this. He thought they were on good terms. And they all on this podcast said it was so disrespectful of his ex because he was a photographer at the event just trying to do his job. And he was hired and she's making him look so bad going around and saying that he ruined her life. And he was like, I didn't do anything to her, nothing. And even the owner of the house of the event later even called him to say like, that was really weird and she made things really uncomfortable. And the girls, you guys, Tana and Brooke were like doing something like that, like talking smack about your ex to everybody at an event, like makes her seem like the crazy one. And then Tana brings up some tea. Tana was like, remember when she was mad you and I were hanging out, so she hooked up with my ex and they painted together every day just to spite us? And Hunter was like, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Tana was ready. She had the claws out. She was like, I am going after this girl. This girl doesn't like me and Hunter is here with me. So let's talk about how crazy your ex is. And they basically said that they felt like there was going to be some crazy reaction to all of this. And well, people do think that there was a reaction about this from Andrea Russet, who, throwback, like I said, I used to watch her all the time, like OG from the music video days. She posted a TikTok, you guys, and people felt like it was in reference to this specific podcast episode. She said, when he describes all his exes as crazy, right? So what did you do to them? And the comments were like, for him to talk about it on a podcast was not cool. No Andrea slander ever. The way I didn't believe a single second of it, LOLs. Date someone that doesn't have a social media. It's a game changer. Yes, call him out. Someone even commented on the podcast episode itself saying the irony of slanting Hunter's ex for 5 minutes straight and then getting a sponsor about mental health. Sincerely, do better. Doesn't Hunter have like a clothing line that's like, make sure your friends are okay? I just want to say though, that anytime somebody says like they have a crazy ex, I just want to know what happened between the two of them to make that person go quote unquote crazy. Because Hunter is saying like he did nothing, but obviously there are 3 sides to every story: his side, the ex's side, and the truth. And maybe they just have interpreted versions of what went down between them. But I don't think that people just automatically like do something for no reason sometimes. Okay, sometimes. And in this case, obviously, Andrea is trying to say, you know, something happened. Like in the caption literally says like, right, so what did you do to them? This whole thing is a mess. And obviously Tana's getting called out because they did get that mental health sponsor and people didn't like the way that she was shady boots in this episode to his ex. The whole thing is a mess. I definitely want to know what you guys think about this and everything else we talked about today. Let me know in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.